Hi, this is Royce with Viking Wax Press. Today, I'm going to talk about potential expansion in the UFL. The first thing I want to say is that it's way too soon to be talking about expansion. But it seems inevitable. Mike Mitchell just reported this week that they're going to expand by 2 in 2025. I've heard other reports from Greg Williams, the Defenders defensive coordinator, that they're planning to expand by 4 this next coming year and 4 the year after that. So what I'm going to do is kind of a crazy projection of expanding the UFL by 2 teams per year through 2036. So here we go. Right now, we've got 8 teams, and here's where they are on the map. You can see I've posted the teams where they're at geographically and then listed their metro populations down in the right-hand bottom corner. We've got teams in Detroit, Michigan, D.C., St. Louis, Memphis, Birmingham, and then Arlington, Dallas area, and Houston, San Antonio. It's a good start, but we are missing a large chunk of the country. So I'm going to start in 2025 by expanding just a little bit outward, starting with the New Orleans Breakers. They were a team in the USFL previously, so we're going to bring them back. And we're also going to put a team in Canton in 2025. Canton was home to one of the hub USFL teams that actually hosted 2 different teams, Generals and Maulers. The fans there were great, so we want to give them back a team. So we're going to bring back the Canton Bulldogs or the Ohio Bulldogs. And then in 2026, we'll expand a little north central. We'll move into Nashville and Chicago. Chicago brings back either the Blitz or the Enforcers. Either one would be okay with me. And then Nashville would get the Tuners, which they've already registered a trademark for. In 2027, we'd go into the Pennsylvania market and bring back 2 teams that are historic USFL teams, the Pittsburgh Maulers and the Philadelphia Stars. Very cool teams to watch in both iterations of the USFL so far. So we'll bring those back to their home markets. In 2028, we would expand into Atlanta and Louisville markets. I don't have a team name for Atlanta, so tell me what you think. For Louisville, I picked the Derbies. There's a little derby hat there. I don't know. It's kind of a corny name. What name do you think we should put in? In 2029, we start our slow expansion westward, going into Oklahoma City and then Omaha. So I'm going with the Oklahoma Outlaws just because it's a classic USFL team. Omaha is I believe, IFL team, but the Beef is kind of a cool name, so we can change it. In 2030, we hit the eastern slope of the Rockies, expanding into Denver, bringing back the Denver Gold, and Albuquerque. And I'm going to call them the Albuquerque Artifacts because they have a lot of Native American Indian artifacts there. In 2031, we go a little further west into Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix area, and go with the Scorpions, and then Salt Lake City, which I don't really have a good team name for. The Stallions has been used in the past, but I don't know if it really fits. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments on any of these team names if you think you have got a better one. 2032 marks the Northwest expansion, bringing the Seattle Sea Dragons back to Seattle and moving into Boise with the Boise Bowmen because they like to do a lot of bow hunting up there. In 2033, we start moving down the West Coast and hit Portland. We're going to go with the Portland Pioneers for the team name. And then Sacramento, either Sacramento Redwoods, California Redwoods, although that's an old, original UFL name, but something like along those lines. In 2034, we're going to go back down to Florida and give teams back to the fans down there where they've had them before in the Tampa Bay Bandits and the Orlando Guardians. It just feels like they've probably been waiting a long time for their teams, and it's going to be time in 2034 for them to get them back. In 2035, we are going to go into San Diego and then back to Vegas. I think by then, Las Vegas will have forgiven the old XFL and allow them back, maybe even in Reliance Stadium. For team names, we could go with the San Diego Seals and the Vegas Vipers, or whatever you guys think is best. Finally, in 2036, we'd give Boston a team, and we'd also move the New Jersey Generals back in to where they belong. For a Boston team name, I went with the Brawlers. It's a previous iteration. I think it was the original UFL, but I like the name. We could change it as needed. These are my expansion predictions, not official, pure conjecture, just fun to dream. I actually hope the league expands much slower so it doesn't get watered down too quickly, talent-wise. But it is fun to think about what it would be like for the fans in each of these markets to be able to enjoy live UFL games. What markets did I miss? Surely you have some better team names, right? Drop those in the comments. That's it for today. This has been Royce with Viking Wax Press. God is good, y'all. Take care.